Spartan fans, welcome to this week's edition of the MBU Basketball Men's Coaches Show. My name is Trevor Rich alongside head coach Taylor Jarvis. Spartan fans, MBU Men's Hoops is 3-0. They went 2-0 last week with a win over the Brescia Wildcats and the UHSP Utectics, sweeping UHSP 2-0 on the season. Coach, you're 3-0.
Yep, the UHSP game, it was a tough game. Danny came out with a great game plan, and we kind of prepped for zone all week, and he came out and played man-to-man. So he does a great job just keeping everybody on their toes, and he's getting his guys to play really hard. They're only going to get better, and I think UHSP is going to have a good year in the AMC. They're going to be a really competitive team. But it's exciting. The team's building the right way. We're handling adversity the right way. We're meshing. We're coming together. We still have some areas we got to continue to improve on, but I really like where we are, and it's always great to go into season 3-0.
You can't start better than 3-0, and tomorrow the real challenge really sets in. You head to Columbia, first real big test of the season. Talk about what's lying ahead for your team tomorrow.
Yeah, so a cool fact, there's 32 undefeated teams left in the NAI. Us and Columbia are two of them. So it's going to be a great matchup between two undefeated teams. Columbia College is playing great basketball. They have 11 new players. But Coach Brock over there, I have a ton of respect for. He's a really high-level coach. He has those guys playing great basketball. So in my opinion, it's going to be our first kind of big challenge, especially on the road at Columbia. We always know it's a tough game to play over there. I'm really excited for my guys to have that opportunity because I believe that we can compete with them. And it's going to be another step in the right direction for this program. We need this challenge kind of coming up, but it's going to be a great game. And Columbia is going to be prepared, and we're going to be prepared to go in there and battle.
Talk about a great early challenge for a young team, a new team that you have, a lot of new additions this year, and it's going to help prepare you for conference play beginning on Saturday. Last year, the Spartans went 0-2 against Columbia. We used to be in the AMC conference with them, former rival. Can you talk about maybe like what you learned from last year and what you guys can apply to your matchup tomorrow?
Yeah, it's preparation. Thomas is a great coach, and he has those guys always really prepared, and the scout is very detailed always against us. So he makes it tough to score. So it's really our guys investing time into knowing how Columbia College is going to play and then making sure we know the coverage solutions and playing as a team. You have to play as a team to beat Columbia College. You have to work the ball. They do a great job protecting the paint, and we've had a lot of success scoring in the paint. So it's making sure we stay true to who we are, still put pressure on the paint. But it's all down to preparation when you're playing Columbia.
Coach, I think it's great that you're still scheduling former AMC conference rivals, UHSP, Columbia. And if I'm not mistaken, we have another matchup against Columbia on December 19th. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah.
So Spartan fans come out for that one.
Yeah, it's going to be a great one. It's right before Christmas and into break for us. But I wanted to keep the Columbia College rival. This is something that's been going on far past my time. And every single game when I was an assistant, even last year, it's just it's a different feel when you get to play Columbia. It's like Mizzou and KU. You know, when Mizzou went over to the SEC and they didn't play KU anymore, it was like, what's going on here? And I wanted to make sure we kept, that big rival against us in Columbia College. It's a great challenge, and it's a game that we need to keep because it's just established.
That's great. There's nothing better than a good old rivalry.
Oh, yeah.
Let's flip the script to Saturday. Home opener, Spartan fans. Be there against Clark University, the Pride. Tip-off is at 2 o'clock p.m. If you're a student, you get in free. And Taylor, this is the Spartans' first ever home game in the Heart of America Conference.
Yeah, I am pumped. I hope we can pack this place out. So Spartan fans, come on out. It's going to be a great atmosphere. I feel like we play a pretty exciting brand of basketball, a very physical brand of basketball. A home opener, there's just a different feel when you get to play at home. So I'm pumped for my guys and ourselves to kind of showcase, especially in the Heart of America, what we're about. So I can't wait for that game. This is just a very exciting week, being able to play a rival like Columbia College and then back that up with a Saturday home opener, Heart of America opener against Clark. And Clark's a really good team, and they're similar to Pharmacy, where they'll run some different zone and man, and they'll make sure that you have to prepare for them. So our guys will be ready to go and make sure we put on a show Saturday.
I know I can't wait to watch this team in person already. Again, Taylor, you've done a great job with a 3-0 start. And we've talked about it before, but with the Cougars matchup tomorrow and the Pride on Saturday, two tougher games this week. Your team's 3-0. You've built some good momentum to start the year. What are you letting your team know, like, hey, the competition's going to get a little stiffer this week?
Yeah, and it's always great, but it comes down to like what we're going to do. It's about us getting better and making sure that our guys are focused on what they can control, and that's what they can do. So some of these guys are getting acclimated, coming off injuries, so their minutes have changed, and some of these guys are establishing different roles. And, my biggest challenge for them when the competition gets stronger or when the games get bigger is to focus on what you can control. And that's how you play, how you prepare to make sure that you are invested in the role that you're going to have and that you understand the game plan going into these big games and not to worry too much about the other team. Because at the end of the day, I think the only team that can beat us is ourselves. And that comes down to preparation, like I've said, and making sure these guys are confident and they know exactly what they need to do and how to do it.
They say defense wins championships, and here's a stat I have for you Spartan fans and Taylor. Right now, MBU men's basketball is averaging 10.3 steals per game, which is first in the Heart of America Conference. Taylor, can you talk about the emphasis you're putting on takeaways in practice?
Yeah, so my 7 years here being at the NAIA level, I think the teams that win in the national tournament and win conference tournaments are very good defensively. And shout out to Preston Ingram, one of my mentors and the guy here before me. He was very defensive focused. He did a great job showing me some foundational defensive stuff. But defense leads to winning. You have to make sure that you're able to get stops, especially at our level. And we've seen it the past couple of years that the teams that have won in the Heart, that they've been some of the top in steals and rebounds, and they've been kind of defensive first. So it's definitely something we've ingrained in our guys. It's what we've recruited, the bodies, to make sure that they come in and they can play physical basketball. But in my opinion, defense for sure wins games. And I want to make sure our guys kind of have that same motto going into all our games.
And on the flip side of that, offensively, you've seen success this year as well. The team's averaging 83 points per contest, and you're shooting 50% from the field. Yep. Great start. And then in terms of individual play, Javaris Moy's averaging 19.5 points per game, Rakesh Lewis 15.3, Tristan Wiggins 15.3, and Austin Lewis 11. You have 4 guys averaging double figures to start the year.
It was just fantastic, especially early in the year, because establishing roles, it's always easier when everybody's getting, everybody's eating. Everybody's able to have some of those opportunities. But Chris Forrest, my associate head coach, he has designed and organized the offense, and I've been really proud of him. He's a great coach, really high-level coach. He's got our guys confident in the right spots, and most of our offensive success is because of him and what he's done. And I'm lucky to have a great staff that I'm able to delegate and that he's able to kind of control the offense on that end. And he's done a great job with that. And I think the offense is only going to get better as our guys establish roles. We start to shoot the 3 ball a little bit better. That's an area that I know we got to keep improving on, and a few more assists. That's something my grandpa was a coach, and he would always come to the games last year, and he's always critiquing about assists. You got to get some more assists. And I think he's spot on again this year, just making sure that ball moves and we find the correct guys, the open guys, and keep putting pressure on the paint.
I love that. And I love that your grandpa comes to games. I love that your dad is an assistant coach with you on the sideline. What's that like, just having your dad with you as you coach this basketball team?
Well, I mean, it's you always have somebody that you love standing there. So, like, if you're struggling or if you need some advice, he's my senior advisor. I can always go to him during timeouts or just if I need to take a breath. Because, college coaching gets difficult at times and making sure you're making the right decisions. So I think it's fantastic to have your family involved. Family's really important to me. So being able to have mentors in my life like my grandpa and my dad, be able to be a part of it and see me do this, it means a lot. And I always told my dad, because I got to coach with him at Jefferson College on the women's side, and I always told him, if I ever got a job, he'd be the first one I'd reach out to, just because I have so much respect for him. And I think he's a high-level coach, a great coach. So it's great to have people you love and family involved in the program.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's fun watching you guys courtside. Saturday is the beginning of a 4-game homestand in the Heart of America Conference. You got Clark Then you have Culver Stockton, Grandview, and William Woods. It's going to be important for you guys to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, it worked out well getting 4 in a row here and not having to travel, to start the Heart of America. So one of our mottos and one of our rules is we don't lose at home. So here's an opportunity, 4 in a row to start the Heart. Our expectation is to go in and find a way to win all 4 of these.
Spartan fans, we will see you on Saturday as the Spartans take on the Pride at 2 o'clock here at the Carl and Dolores Petty SRC. Coach, good luck on Saturday and good luck tomorrow against Columbia.
Thank you.